Good morning, everyone. Alrighty. I have an announcement, guys. I have an announcement, and it's not the best one, but let's hold on. Let's get people on the Telegram to join. So wait for people on the Telegram to join, and then we're gonna get started. Alrighty. Let's give it a minute. I'm just trying to send the invite link now, so that people on Telegram can also join us for the analysis. Okay, so let's go. All right, good morning, everyone. So yesterday, at the New York session, I got this sell set up here. So you remember that price was in our area of interest for selling, and I took the early sell, right? I took the sell at the beginning of the zone, So let me show you. From the left here, this is where the zone begins. So as soon as price re-enter into that zone at our New York session yesterday, I took the sell and I put my stop loss exactly above like this. So funny thing is that you see how the sell is playing out right now, right? The sell is happening. However, I was stopped out. I was stopped out of this trade yesterday, and not only was I stopped out of this trade yesterday, the trade officially blew my phase 2 challenge accounts, and I've lost the phase 2 account. I lost it to max daily drawdown, basically. So that means that so what happened exactly is that I took a trade here and the trade lost me $100, right? So I was surprised at why, by the time I was going to come back from to check the trade that I've been stopped out, NASDAQ has started selling. So I wanted to rejoin the sell. Then I had forgotten that my max daily drawdown is $200. So I entered another trade with $100 risk again, and boom, that's how I lost $200 in one day yesterday. So losing $200 in one day yesterday means that automatically I've breached the max daily drawdown limit, and I still have like $115 that I can use to trade, and that's something ridiculous to happen. So basically, I've been trading for like 2 weeks on the challenge itself. Not only this, and also the phase 1. The phase 1 was traded for 1 week, and this one was traded for 2. So in 3 weeks of trading, past phase 1 and blue phase 2. Like, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on it, and so I go ahead and I bought a new challenge account. So we're starting afresh. We're starting the challenge afresh from phase 1. And this time around, we're going to try and put a spontaneous time effect to it. 2 weeks, we should pass the two phases, phase 1 and phase 2, and we're gonna go and make it happen. So now we're back to phase 1 again, and it kind of sucks, I wouldn't lie, but now we have to trade more carefully, make a better trading decision, and make sure that we are taking the best trade setups. Okay, now let's see what we are going to do this morning. So this morning now, we are going to look at the analysis on the NASDAQ itself. So give me a minute, guys. Okay, so let's go on the analysis right now. Yep, I'm going to make another video today and just post it on the channel explaining what happened, how the challenge went, and also we're restarting afresh from phase one, and we would how we're gonna go from here. So for the analysis today, let's see. We actually have news happening today. We have the CPI coming today at 1:30 Nigerian time. That's 8:30 US time. No, that's 7:30 US time. Yeah, that will be 7:30 US time in the morning. So now though, what's NASDAQ doing right now? NASDAQ is still respecting this, this level. So since NASDAQ is respecting this level right here, let's see it on the 1 hour instead. It's respecting this resistance level right here. So I'm thinking that two things. It seemed like NASDAQ can be bullish, right? But if NASDAQ would respect this level, then we can see a sell coming all the way down into this demand zone, right? So because right now I'm potentially trying to look for just one trade that can really pass me challenge. I don't want to be looking for multiple trade setup. So I'm going to be taking trade from zones. For this particular new account, I'm going to be taking trade from inside of zones, right? So what needs to happen now is that so basically right now NASDAQ is creating, if you look at the market structure, or even if you introduce a trend line, I don't trade trend line, but I'm just using it as a confluence right now to show you. You see that technically NASDAQ is creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? And for NASDAQ to go bearish now, it needs to close below this trend line right here, and then do a pullback, and then we can get a continuation to the downside demand zone, right? That is like potential thing. So right now we're still expecting NASDAQ to maybe go into the area of interest at the nearby demand zones, and then potentially now go to the upside and make it happen. So what we are looking out for today is still similar to what happened yesterday. So let's turn on the session break to see where is the previous day high and previous day low. So the highest points of NASDAQ yesterday is going to be our previous day high, obviously. So let's identify it. This is the highest point that NASDAQ got to yesterday. That's the highest point. So now that becomes our previous day high. And the previous day low is going to be the lowest point that NASDAQ was trading yesterday. And this is it right here. This is the lowest point that NASDAQ was yesterday. That's the low of the Asian. And that's the Asian low for yesterday also. So that's the previous day low. 100%, I'm sure that NASDAQ is going to go and take this previous day low today. It's going to do it. If not now, it's going to do it in this session. It's going to do it in the New York session today. And they will take this low. If they take this low, then they are going into this demand zone or the second one. This is enough for us to pass the challenge if we are actually taking trade from here. Anyway, we are not going to take the trade now. So since we're waiting for price to be at a better condition for us, we trade only at New York session. So the analysis for today, the expectation right now is that since the previous day low is here, the previous day high is here, NASDAQ can, if any of the scenario, if NASDAQ go for the previous day high, I think they will still pull back and go back to this demand zone. And if they don't do that, they just go for the previous day low straight, they can pull back, and at New York session, we're going to reach into the demand zone. Like, this is the expectation that I'm actually seeing NASDAQ doing. And so it's very possible that by New York session, NASDAQ is going to continue the set for today. Now, can the buy continue as well? It's possible, but for us to be able to participate in buying, we need to wait for NASDAQ to be at a demand zone. So our expectation today, because NASDAQ is at a resistance level, obviously is to look for sell. Now, if NASDAQ break out completely out of the resistance level to the upside, now we can start waiting for pullback and wait for another setup like on another day, and we'll be able to now take the trade. However, let's quickly break down the challenge that failed. Obviously, I failed the phase 2. I blew the account, and ridiculous thing, I did it because of the max daily drawdown. Yesterday, I lost $200. I shouldn't have lost $200. I somehow just forgot that my max daily drawdown is $200. Like, after taking the first loss at the New York session when I entered on the live stream, then I saw a then the trade started playing out. So I re-enter with the same amount of risk. I totally forgot to recalculate. I 100% forgot to recalculate it, and then boom, it took me out on the stop loss of $100, and then the phase two is gone. And so right now we are going to trade the phase one and the phase two of the new account. So we will potentially be, we just start and put our fresh mind to it, and let's have it done. So what's going to happen is that we're going to use the same trade setup to work on this challenge. Just like I've posted before when we started the challenge in general, we're going to be using the same approach to trade it. And basically, I'll still risk 2% on a trade, for a really good trade I'm taking from a zone. And if I should be in a drawdown, I might reduce the risk. I don't want to reduce any risk this time around. I just want to stick to risking $100 per trade, meaning that I have 4 trading attempts, 4 trading attempts to pass or fail the new account. So so let's say I have 6, because 3 times I'm going to be risking $100 each. And then the remaining $100, I'm going to risk it twice. So that means I have 5 trading attempts. So that's good, actually. So 5 trading attempts. And I knew that my strategy, I can have 3 losses in a row. So that's why I think that's okay. Because I can have 3 losses in a row means that I can lose $100 3 times. And then I will still have money remaining to trade. Anyway, note that, the account is cheap. It's just like $11. So I bought it from Equity Hedge. It's about $11. And it's not a lot of money. So, but the potential there is a lot. We're gonna make good money from it. So, anyway, we're gonna do it and we're gonna pass it. I quickly want us to get into the stage whereby we're trading like 50K and all, but I'm being very transparent on this channel just to show you how I'm going in terms of how I'm managing my trading capital and all. This account is currently the only account I'm trading. I had a 50K account that I was trading with Funding Peeps, and I blew it. So I'm going to show you my Funding Peeps dashboard. So sometimes in January and December, I think December of last year, I actually have a trade. I had an account with Funding Peeps, right? And the account I had with Funding Peeps was a 50K account. I passed the phase 1, right? And then I lost my phase 2, and it was a ridiculous reason that I lost my phase 2. The reason was that I was getting like emotional. So let me show you. For example, this is the December. So this is phase 1 that I passed. I passed phase 1 almost like in 1 week. It's a 50K account, and it's basically for me to make 10%. That's $5,000, and I actually made 10% on the phase 1 account. So basically, I made $200 the first trading day. I made 1%, which is $500. I lost $700 another day. There's a day I made 3%, $1,007, and the last trading day, I made a whopping 3,000, almost 6%. In one single trade. So I know that I have a good trading system. But how come I was able to fail the phase 2? It was due to an emotional period. I had a personal thing going on that time, and then I failed my phase 2. And you can see how I was losing. And the reason why I failed the phase 2 wasn't because I couldn't have passed. It was because I was risking big money like every single time. Imagine I risk 4% in one day on this account. On the phase 2, I risk 4% the first trading day. The first day I started trading the phase 2, I risk 4%. So I quickly lose the account. The second day, I made back the 4%. And then I risk another 4% the next day. I was just risking 4% every single day. And then it was crazy, but I was in a losing streak that period. So that's why if you instead use like 2% risk, on the challenge per trade, or 1.5% risk, at least if your strategy is in the losing period, you will not be losing too much. At least you have like more money remaining to trade and come out of the drawdown. But I was trading, I was risking like 4% per day, bro. That's like too much. And similarly, as soon as this challenge, the phase 2 of the 5K, was already becoming slow, I start to want to be aggressive, like bro, let's make this thing fast. I was still trying to be cool, but honestly, in all honesty, what happened yesterday was a mistake. Like, I'd entered the trade originally. The setup was valid. The setup is a sell. See, I entered the sell, but I was stopped out, right? By the time I came back to the chart and I saw that I was stopped out and the sell was happening, I did not recalculate the stop loss. Like, okay, I did not even check that my daily drawdown remains just $100. I just entered with another $100 risk, and then boom, that one to stop me out. I was like, but the reason why it stopped me out was that I did not put my stop, and that one is now my 100% my fault. I entered at the middle of nowhere, and then I put my stop loss very close, very tight. Like, bro. Anyway, I messed up yesterday, honestly. So all the mistakes I made, I'm gonna put it in a video. I'm gonna post it on the channel so that you don't make the same mistakes, and I'm also gonna avoid those mistakes in my new account now. So all right guys, let's that's it basically. I hope that this is going to be a much better challenge now, and hopefully it can happen fast. I want it to be fast this time around. I don't want it to be slow. NASDAQ is giving us setup every week. You know, it's just basically being able to be patient to take the highest probability setup and take that one, put the stop loss where it should be, and wait for the TP. So I would strive to do that in the new account. All right, guys, with that said, let's go and enjoy the rest of the day. We're going to come back very strong in the New York session for the live trading, and we are going to smash this. Let's have a nice day, guys, and see you for the